One of these houses used to give you cookies, big, nice oatmeal cookies. And then you go to the next house and they give you an apple, break up your cookie. I'm old enough to know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And I know I can't get that back again, but we can get something. I'd like to see this become a community again. I'd like to see the Ville become a true village where it's not like that and like that and like that. This is one of the oldest black neighborhoods in St. Louis. And in its day, it had doctors, lawyers, school teachers, principals, but it was our community. And it was a thriving community.
There are over 25,000 vacant properties and plots of land throughout the city of St. Louis. It is a cause of concern to both residents and local officials alike.
Many of the problems that contribute to vacancy exist here. Some of those are systemic poverty issues. Some of those are issues related to white flight, segregationist, racist practices by private owners and government policies going back decades. If you look at historic maps of where these vacant properties exist, you can find some correlation there between historic access to credit. So we think about redlining and the inability of people of color to be able to get a loan for their property, to buy property. A lot of those redlining maps kind of mirror where our vacancy problems are the highest today.
The city of St. Louis has suffered a 60% population decline since its peak in 1950, and the negative impact of those affected continues to grow.
What should we play on now?
I can just imagine what younger people that live in it feel when they have to go out every day and walk to school and walk past the broken glass, the trash, the filthy lots, the dilapidated homes, and you just feel like you are not valued. You don't have worth.
And then people come and dump. Y'all can't leave my neighborhood like this. And somebody lives here. Why would you do that to her? That's not right. So, yeah, owner-occupied, that wouldn't happen. And we continue to abandon our own. And if we continue to abandon our own, then what's going to happen? What's going to happen if we continue to abandon our own? It's going to look worse than it looks now.
St. Louis City taxpayers are on the hook for over $14 million a year.
Costs us all in ways that means we don't have resources going for other purposes, schools, police, parks, and all kinds of things.
Due to the overwhelming efforts of local residents making their voices heard all the way to the mayor's office, an initiative was implemented. An initiative that would bring people like Peter Hoffman from Kansas City to St. Louis to help alleviate this huge vacancy issue swiftly and strategically.
Prior to launching this problem, we sat down with SLDC and SLACO, St. Louis Association of Community Organizations, and really tried to understand the landscape of vacancy in St. Louis. How is it similar to Kansas City? How is it different?
We want to create a vacancy collaborative. And we spent most of 2017 creating a vacancy steering committee that would help us plan how we form it. And in 2018, July of 2018, we held a launch.
The Neighborhood Vacancy Collaborative was born, a collaborative consisting of St. Louis City residents, businesses, civic leaders, and philanthropic organizations divided into 6 working groups based on interests and skill sets to strategize best practices to tackle vacancy.
That's an effort that was born out of grassroots kind of mobilization by SLACO and by concerned residents who wanted to increase the visibility of vacancy as a problem in large parts of the city.
Information that residents like Thomasina Clark can easily access and be an advocate for her own neighborhood.
Well, I worked for 3 years to get the one across the street down. So we got this one down and this one down. Now, to you it might look like, oh God, it's really awful over here. But to me it looks like, oh my God, it looks so much better.